Okay, so we are done with trapezoids. So let's go now to the solving problems involving kites. So before that, let's have the simple recall on the properties of kite. So for number one, in a kite, the perpendicular bisector of at least one diagonal is the other diagonal. So I have to draw a kite to illustrate the example of the perpendicular bisector. So this is the kite. So I will name this one as the kite A, B, C, D. Then I will draw diagonals. So this is the diagonal BD and the other diagonal is AC. So the perpendicular bisector is the line or the line segment BD. Okay? The line segment BD is the perpendicular bisector. The purpose of this perpendicular bisector is to intersect to the other diagonal, which is the diagonal AC, and divides into two equal parts, now passing through the midpoints of the other diagonal. So again, ang purpose sa perpendicular bisector is to pass through the other diagonal and serves as dividing the other diagonal into two equal parts. So like for example, the other diagonal is the diagonal AC. So magbutang ta diri midpoint, which is O. So ang AC divides into two equal parts, namely AO and OC. Okay? So whatever the length or the distance from O to A is just the same as the length or the distance from O to C. Okay? So muna siya ang statement sa number 1. The perpendicular bisector again is the BD. Okay? Then for number 2, the area of a kite is half the product of the lengths of its diagonals. So based sa atong kuan sa atong gidraw nga illustration, no, kani atong gidraw nga kite. So if you're going to find the area of the kite, so this is the formula. A sub k is equal to 1/2 times D sub 1 dalaw erase na po ang D. So this is D sub 1, then times D sub 2. It's either of the two, no? Like for example, kung imong D1 is AC, then D2 is BD. Or you can have the D1 which is BD and D2 is AC. So based sa given nga illustration, so I can say, or I can write the formula that the A sub k, or the area of the kite, is equal to 1/2 times, I will make the D sub 1 as the diagonal AC. Okay? So AC times BD, that serves as the D sub 2. So that is BD. So this is the formula based sa given nga illustration, no? If you're going to find the area of the kite. Okay, so let's tackle this example. Solve the problem accurately. So for number 1, given quadrilateral LIKE is a kite with LI is congruent to KI and LE is congruent to KE. So this is LI and IK. So they are congruent to each other. Also LE and EK, or LE and KE, they are also congruent. One of the properties of the kite is their congruent, their adjacent sides or adjacent sides are congruent. Okay? So here are the questions. Alita sa letter A. LE is twice LI. If its perimeter is 21 centimeters, how long is LE? And for letter B, what is its area if one of the diagonals is 4 centimeters more than the other? Then IE plus LK equals 16 centimeters. Okay, so naon sa natong letter A. Then let's discuss the solution sa letter A. So LE is twice LI. So ang LE is kaduaon sa LI. If its perimeter is 21 centimeters, how long is LE? So balik ta sa illustration, LE and LI. So ang LE is twice the LI. Okay? So let's assume that LI is equals X and LE equals 2X. Okay? Then the perimeter is 21 centimeters. So balik ta sa perimeter. So ang perimeter is the total distance outside, no? Or if we're going to tackle about the perimeter of the kite, that is the total distance outside the kite, no? Or ang total distance outside sa sides sa kite. Okay? So mo na siyang representation. Again, let LI equals X, LE is 2X, then the given is the perimeter, which is 21 centimeters. So let's solve for this. So actually, if you're going to write the formula sa perimeter sa kite, so I will write the X, then the 2X. Then also at the right side, X po ni dire, then dire 2X. Okay? So the perimeter is equals to X plus X plus 2X plus 2X. Okay? Then to make it shorter, ato imuon ang X plus X to 2X. Okay? Nganong 2X man? Kay 2 ka X. No? So 2 ka X i-multiply. 2 ka X represents that 2X. I mean. So again, nganong 2X? Because it represents 2X. No? Or it represents 2 ka X. Manang 2X. Okay? Then, plus 2 times 2X. Because 2 times 2X represents 2 ka 2X. No? Then, muna siya. Then, balik ta. So, muna siya. 2X or 2 times X plus 2 times 2X. So, may mo siyang 2 times X is 2X. 2 times 2X, that's 4X. Then, substitute the perimeter to 21 cm or 21. Okay, so muna siyang original equation. 21 equals 2x plus 4x combined. You're going to add, that's equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6. That's 7 halves. Kana siyang 21 over 6. Simplify. So if you're going to simplify it into lowest terms, that is divided by 3, then also divided by 3. That is equals 7 over 2. So matay 7 over 2, which is x. And if you're going to divide that one, so that becomes x equals 3.5 centimeters. Or in decimal, no, that is 3.5 centimeters. So therefore, LI is 3.5 centimeters or 3.5 centimeters, no? Then you're going to solve for the LE. Okay, since LE man ang gipangita, so we have the value of x naman, which is 3.5. Okay, so that is, you're going to substitute the value of x, which is 3.5. So LE equals 3.5. Then if you're going to solve that one, whole number by mixed fractions, so you're going to change the 3.5 to improper fraction. So mo na siya, may mo siyang 2 times 7 halves or 7 over 2. So balik siya sa 7 over 2. Then cancelled out. So that is equals 7 centimeters. And therefore LE measures 7 centimeters. Okay, so let's go now to letter B. What is its area if one of the diagonals is 4 more than the other, IE plus LK equals 16 centimeters. So, to solve for the area of the kite, you need to find for the lengths of its diagonals. So, pinaka-importante nga natay mga measurements sa length sa diagonals. Specifically, the diagonals IE and LK. So, ang LK represents the shorter diagonal, which is X, and the excuse me, and the longer diagonal IE, which is X plus 4. Then, asa man ta nakakuha ning X and X plus 4. Okay, gikan ni siya diri sa kaning phrase. One of the diagonals is 4 more than the other. One of the diagonals represents the X. 4 more than the other represents the X plus 4. Okay, muna siya. Then, the given one, which is IE plus LK, which is equals 16 centimeters. So, if you're going to add the two diagonals, that is equals 16 centimeters. Okay? So, let's substitute the values of IE and LK. So, ang IE, that is X, plus LK, which is X plus 4, that's equals 16. Then, mawa na siyang parentheses. So, mahimo na siyang X plus X plus 4 equals 16. Then, combine like terms, kaning X plus X mo na nga 2X. Okay, atong mutangag arrow. So, muna siyang next solution. Ang next step sa solution, X plus X, that is 2X plus 4 equals 16. Then, we have the addition property of equality. So, actually, di na subtraction. Addition property of equality na siya. Para dili mo mag-confuse, no, let's use the transposing method na lang. So, originally, we have 2x plus 4 equals 16. So, again, ang left side kay numbers nga may variables or with variables, then ang right side kay numbers only. So, let's transfer the 4 to the right side of the equation. So, ang mabilin na lang is 2x equals 16. Na lang, i-erase na ako. Di maya kung pagkasuwat. So, 2x equals 16. Then, since this is positive sa left, negative sa right. So, that's minus 4. Then, 2x equals 16 minus 4. So, that's 12. Then, divide both sides by 2. 2 sa left, 2 sa right. Okay, cancelled out na siya. So, you have the value of x, which is 6. So, we have this one, the value of x, which is 6 centimeters. Ang 6 centimeters represents the length of LK, or the length of the shorter diagonal. Then, the length of IE, so that is x plus 4. Then, substitute the value of x, which is 6. Then, 6 plus 4 equals 10 centimeters. So, muna siya ang longer diagonal, which is the IE, which is 10 centimeters. So, muna mo ang mga answer. So, the length of LK is 6 centimeters and the length of IE is 10 centimeters. Okay? So, balik na sa illustration. Ang LK, so, ang LK, so 6 na siya. So, 6 centimeters. Then, ang IE kay 10 centimeters. Okay, so muna yung answer. Okay, so let's go now to the area of the kite LIKE. No? Let's solve for the area of LIKE. Let d sub 1 and d sub 2 are diagonals. So the area of the kite, that is equals 1/2 times d1 times d2. Okay? Then substitute the values of the d sub 1 and d sub 2. So balik ta, ang d sub 1, which is 6, d sub 2, which is 10. So that is equals 1/2 times 6 times 10. 6 times 10, that is equals 60. Then 1/2 times 60, so you cancel out na nimo. So that is 30. Then this is 1. So that is 30 square centimeters. Therefore, quadrilateral LIKE has an area of 30 square centimeters. The perimeter of a kite is 64 centimeters. So we have the perimeter, given a perimeter which is 64 centimeters. Then if the length of one of its sides is 14 centimeters, more than half the length of the other, find the length of each side of the kite. So ang gipangita ang side, no? This side, this side, this side, and this side. Okay? And balik ta sa properties sa kite, that the consecutive sides of the kite are congruent. So it means that this side and this side are congruent to each other. Then this one, this side and this side is also congruent to each other. Okay? Kaning x, okay, let this one, this side represents the x, and the other one, which is half the length, 14 centimeters, more than half the length of the other, morning 1/2 x plus 14. Again, ang 1/2 x plus 14, so it comes from this statement that 14 centimeters more than half the length of the other. Okay, kanang half the length of the other, kanang half the length of the other, so that is 1/2 x. Then more than, so that's plus, then 14. Okay, so let's discuss the solution. So let x be the length of one side of a kite, then 1/2 x plus 14 is the length of the other side. And since consecutive sides of a kite are congruent, so we have the formula sa perimeter, which is 2x plus 2 times 1/2 x plus 14. So 2x, so represents 2 ka x, no? And kaning 2 times 1/2 x plus 14 represents 2 ka 1/2 x plus 14. So actually, if you're going to analyze the given illustration, okay, so x, then x po dire, 1/2 x plus 14, then this one is also 1/2 x plus 14. So since perimeter man, i-add mo ng 4 sides sa kite, no? X plus 1/2 x plus 14 plus 1/2 x plus 14. But since taas naman kayo siya, we can make this one into a shorter one. So this is the shorter one, 2x plus 2 times 1/2 x plus 14. Then let's substitute the perimeter to 64, no? So that is equals 2x plus, then you're going to multiply using the distributive property of multiplication. So that is 2 times 1/2 x. So kung imo na siyang cancel, so that is equals x, no? Then plus 2 times 14, that is equals 28. So therefore, this is 64 equals to x plus 28. Then you're going to add these two, 2x plus x, because they have the same terms, no? Puro sila x. Then 2x plus x, that is 3x. So 64 equals 3x plus 28. So magamit ang transpose method. So you can transfer 3x plus 28 to the left and 64 to the right without changing their signs. Okay, ang duha man ka elements, the left and the right, ang i-transfer, no? Ang 3x plus 28 ang 64, no? So it becomes 3x plus 28 equals 64. Okay, then dapat ang left side variables only, or numbers with variables, right side numbers only. Then the only thing that we're going to transfer to the right, no, is 28. Ang sa left wala man tayo ma-transfer, wala may variable sa left. So ang mabili na lang is 3x equals 64 minus 28. Then 3x equals 36. So 36 na siya. Then divide both sides by 3. It's just the same as this one, no? Ano nga solution, but lahi lang sa position. Ang 3x nasa left, 36 sa right. Sa kanin sa example, ang 36 sa right, ang 3x sa left. So it's either of the two. Gamitin yung nga methods, pwede ra, okay ra kung asa mo comfortable. But for me, no, ang mas dali is this one, especially for those who are not kumbaga dili kabisado ang pag-solve sa linear equations. So okay, so much for that. So let's go back with this. So ang nabili na lang is 3x equals 36. From 64 minus 28 mo na nga 36 siya. Then you're going to divide it by 3, divide both sides by 3. Okay, ang x man atong ipangita. So x is equals 36 divided by 3, that is equals 12. So kanang 12 represents the length of one side of a kite. So therefore x is equals 12 centimeters. Then this one, 1/2 x plus 14. How come nga nahimo siyang 20? So it's very easy. You're going to substitute the value of x, which is 12, then solve. So may mo na siyang 1/2 times 12 plus 14. Of course, 1/2 times 12 cancelled out, so ang mabili lang 6. Then 6 plus 14, that is equals 20. So 20 centimeters. And the lengths of the sides of the kite are 12 centimeters and 20 centimeters. Sige, balik ta. So kaning x 12 centimeters, then kani 20 centimeters. Okay, mao na siya. So mao pa diri sa side, sa left side 20 pod, diri pod nga side is also 12. Okay, so again, the lengths of the sides of the kite are 12 centimeters and 20 centimeters. Okay, so let's have this last example problem. If the area of a kite is 32 square centimeters, how long is the diagonal of a kite, which is 4 times than the shorter one? Okay, so nana tayo given, no, ng elements sa problem. So ang first nga given is the area of the kite, which is 32 square centimeters. Ang diagonal sa kite ang atong pangitaon, the shorter diagonal and the longer diagonal. So let's assume that the shorter one is x, okay, and 4 times longer, so kanang 4 times longer than the shorter one represents the 4x. Okay, so here is the discussion of the solution based sa problem. So using the formula of area of kite, we have a sub k equals 1/2 times d sub 1 times d sub 2. Don't be confused with the letters. Katong ganiya, kung example ang d is gamay, nakaron diri another example ang d dako. So it's just the same, no? Then substitute the following given. Area of the kite is 32 square centimeters, or cm, then squared. Then d sub 1 equals 4x centimeters, d sub 2 equals x. So ang d sub 2 represents the shorter diagonal, 4x represents the longer diagonal. So let's substitute. So 32 square cm, or square centimeters, that is equals 1/2 times 4x centimeters times x centimeters. Okay, then you can solve, no, without using the unit of measurements, but since this one gigamit ang unit of measurements, so let's discuss naman. Okay, let's discuss this one. So this is 32 cm squared equals 1/2 times 4x squared cm squared. So how come nahimo siyang 4x squared cm squared? So 4x times x, so ang ma-multiply naman ang kaning x, no? X times x, that's x squared. Then times 4 equals 4x squared. Then cm times cm, that is cm squared. Okay? Muna siya. Then equals 32 cm squared equals, okay, 1/2 times 4x squared, so cancelled out, so that is 1, this is 2. So nahimo siyang 2x squared cm squared. Okay? Then you're going to divide both sides by 2. Okay, you're going to divide both sides by 2 cm squared. Okay, so 32 divided by 2, so that is 16. 2x squared divided by 2, so na mo siyang x squared. So actually you can also katong magamit ta atong transposing method, no? Lang let's change the color and mas prefer na yellow. Okay, mo ning original, no? Kaning 32 cm squared, so 32 equals 2x squared. So pwede ra jud ninyo, no, nga during sa pag-solve sa problem, you can disregard first the measurements or the unit of measurements. Unya na lang butang og unit of measurement if you're going to describe and to specify your final answer. Okay, so 32 equals 2x squared. Then if you're going to transpose, so i-transpose na nimo dira, kay since they are both being transferred to one place to another, so may mo siyang 2x squared equals 32. Then pangitawon na to ang x squared. Okay, so divide both sides by 2, so cancelled out, so that is x squared equals 16. Okay, kani balik ta diri discuss sa kani other example. So this is 32 cm squared equals 2x squared cm squared. They are being divided by 2 cm squared, no? So kani siya cancel out na siya, no? So 32 divided by 2, that's 16. Okay, then 2x squared, then cm squared, then divided by 2 cm squared. So kanang 2 cancelled out, ang mabili na lang x squared. Then ang cm squared also cancelled out, so wala na unit of measurement. So 16 equals x squared, therefore 4 equals x. So how do we get the value of x, which is 4? So actually you're going to use the square root. Okay, you're going to use the square root method. So in order to find the value of x, so mo na siya, that is equals positive negative the square root of 16. So mo na siya. So actually you have the two values of x. So ang usa is square root of 16, or the positive square root of 16, that is equals 4. Then the other one is x equals negative square root of 16. So you have the value which is negative 4. Then you're going to choose which of these two is the value, is the correct value of x. Okay, so now nimo nga sa problem positive jud ang measurement, no? So wala may negative nga measurement. So let us disregard this, or let us remove this one, no? Wala na siya kay negative man. So kanitong pilion nga value which is 4. So therefore 4 equals x. Okay, so mo na siya. Okay, next, substitute the value of x in 4x. Then 4x, so mo ning original, then this is the longer diagonal, so you're going to substitute the value of x, so it becomes 4 times 4, that is equal 16. Hence the measure of the longer diagonal is 16 centimeters.